Good evening, soccer fans, and welcome into the Zankin Automotive Soccer Center Stadium Field as we get you set to kick off our fourth and final match of the day here at the 2025 MilkUP Ontario Cup. And we'll finish today's action with the women's final between BANAT Kitchener FC and Caledon United FC. Join us live in venue or through our online match center as these teams make Ontario soccer history this weekend as we get a look at the Caledon United FC roster. And new this year, fans can enjoy even more coverage through Ontario Soccer's My Soccer app powered by BMO, featuring exclusive content like player interviews and behind-the-scenes footage you won't find anywhere else. There you get a look at the BANAT FC Kitchener starting 11. Download the app for free today from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store. And don't miss any of the action live from the 2025 MilkUP Ontario Cup. On that note, now in their fourth year, the Dairy Farmers of Ontario, representing Ontario's 3,400 dairy producers and their families, continue their valuable support of Ontario soccer as a premier partner and act as the exclusive title partner of the MilkUP Ontario Cup. This collaboration with Ontario soccer will bring positive outcomes to youth sports across the province. Well, there you get a look at Caledon United FC. They're donning their red kits, some white trimming, white numbers on their backs. And they take on BANAT Kitchener in their blue kits with white numbering on their backs. Should be a great match here in this one at the women's final of the 2025 MilkUP Ontario Cup. Our match officials check their pre-match points and we'll get ready to kick off the action momentarily here. Your starting keepers in this one for BANAT Kitchener, it's Lucia Bandura between the sticks, as there you get a look at Bandura wearing 54. And for Caledon, it's Gab Emilin, who had to switch to a white jersey wearing number 34 on her back now. And the teams come out preparing to vie for Ontario Cup glory. BANAT Kitchener will work left to right across your screens, defending the goal to the left of your screen. It's going to be Caledon kicking us off, working right to left across your screens in red. As Ariane Mason stands over top the ball to kick us off. Both teams coming out with a four-player back line in terms of tactical formation standpoints. We'll see what separates them on the pitch as we're underway here at the 2025 women's final of the MilkUP Ontario Cup, live from the Zankin Automotive Soccer Center. And Hub is the official broadcast sponsor of this live stream. They're one of the largest insurance brokers in the world, and they're right here in your community. With Hub, you're at the center of an integrated network that spans North America, a one-of-a-kind aggregation of insurance professionals who understand the issues you face every day. Find out more at hubinternational.com. Caledon with early possession here as Christy Walton works it back, and it'll track out for a throw-in for BANAT Kitchener. The sun breaking through for the first real extended bit of sunshine today. It's been a fairly overcast day and windy, the wind blowing towards the Ben Rycroft broadcast booth where we're coming to you live from, directly in the face of our camera. So it's been a windy day, but not one that has truly impacted the pace and the course of play. Somewhat in, you might see the ball get pushed a little more towards the touchline than normal, but not so much that it gives a measurable advantage to either side with a wind at their back, kick-taking type of scenario. Caledon United moving the ball through their backline here as Ajula makes the touch, and under pressure Walsh ends up conceding a throw. Caitlin Phillips with some nice play prior to that for Caledon through the midfield, but now it's a BANAT Kitchener throw-in, and they'll try work the far touchline. In possession, good ball there intended for Chiaramella as she holds through traffic, and they play it wide here for Melo da Silva. Quick touch back as Simpraga playing that one over to Decker. Decker touches it wide. They'll go back to the keeper Bandura here, who comes out of her area to control possession. Quickly return to Bandura as Melo da Silva opens up wide, but she's shielded almost immediately to the point where Bandura can't use her as an option. So she plays it long, and that's picked off by Riza, who steps into space. McKinnon, touch wide, out of play, and out for a Kitchener throw-in. Sienna Melo da Silva with the throw-in. Lindsay Chiaramella playing that through the middle. There's a good ball knocked forward by Abigail Decker. Continuing to battle for possession as Sanzole comes up with it for Kitchener. Ball bouncing away from Osmansoy, but she corrals it and looks to step over with a cross into space. Running onto it, Chiaramella tries to draw back with the header. Ambrose, closest player in the vicinity, but unable to track down possession. Ricochet play as taking that one off the chops was Alicia Marr, but she seems to be okay. And now it's controlled by Caledon's backline. Emma McKinnon with time and space, looking for options. Tries to feed it up the flank, but out of touch and out for a Kitchener throw-in. Melo da Silva. From the throw, battling is Ambrose. Ball stays in play. Nice touch there from McKinnon. Good effort, and drawing a free kick was Leanne Tobin, as it'll be possession to Caledon. Opening minutes of this match, and nothing to write home about yet as both teams feeling each other out. And now setting up is Kyra Dickinson, a chance to play something towards the penalty area. Dickinson with the free kick. Good right-footed boot, tracks down towards the near corner. Controlled here by Tobin. Tobin trying to turn the defenders, knocks it off of Melo da Silva and out for a throw-in. Leanne Tobin from the throw, initially controlled, but a heavy touch from Phillips sees it out for a goal kick. A reminder that we've got 3 games on the schedule for tomorrow, and you can catch all of them on our live stream broadcast. Don't forget to download the My Soccer app powered by BMO, Ontario Soccer's new cutting-edge app, for exclusive content from the 2025 MilkUP Ontario Cup. Nice turn, and here's some pace now for Caledon as Osmansoy playing it ahead where it's controlled and now touched over where Ambrose picks it up, but she can't corral it cleanly after Almeida tried to set her up. It was Brittany Almeida with the initial control there for Kitchener, but unable to create much more from it. Caledon trying to answer back now. Tobin in possession. Lays that one over to Walton with the high cross. Walton trying to track down. Plays it back for Phillips. Phillips tees up the attempt, but it'll roll wide and out for a goal kick. Well, good build up there from Caledon as they create an opportunity. Shot attempt not on target, but the right idea nonetheless. And moments before, some good pace from BANAT Kitchener as they tried to create in the attacking third, and if not for a good defensive stop from Caledon, probably an attempt on target would have followed. Bandura playing it out from the goal kick, met by the header of Riza. That's out for a BANAT Kitchener throw. 7th minute. As early in the women's final of the 2025 MilkUP Ontario Cup, we're playing 2 45-minute halves, and if we remain tied at the end of 90, we would go straight to penalty kicks. We haven't had a match go to penalties today, and as we both knock on wood up here in the booth, hopefully we can go 4 for 4 today. There's a long ball played ahead. Running on defensively, getting there is Decker as she goes back to her keeper, Bandura, who then promptly clears it ahead for Ambrose. Ambrose closed down, can't hold possession. Nice job there by Tobin to get a toe to it and keep it in play, and eventually it goes out for a throw in favoring Caledon. So Emma McKinnon for Caledon United looks to play it up the line from the throw. Tracking onto it is Mason. Some dispute, but it's out for a Kitchener throw-in now. And the teams just continue to exchange possession here as both work for quality and breakthrough opportunities. Ball turned over there as Ambrose unable to control tight to the line. Throw in now into the attacking third is controlled here by Caledon, tight to the touchline. Good work there by Tobin, laying it over to McKinnon. Draws through the midfield now as on it is Ajula. She wants to play that out wide for the runner, and catching that is Walsh. Walsh down low along the goal line. Can't bank it off the defender, and it's out for a goal kick. Well, nice idea there by Caledon to try switch it up and work that far flank. Walsh showed some good pace there running onto it, challenging for it, but just not enough real estate there to make a consequential plays. Now Walsh comes up with a good interception through the midfield, and Caledon try to build up again here with the Jula. Ball poked free where Cuoto comes onto it. That back pass could be spicy, and it is. It's turned over. Ambrose has the open net, and she makes them pay. Kayla Ambrose buries it on the dunk. Gab Emelin, the keeper, came well out of her penalty area. Have a look at the replay here. That long ball played ahead by Cuoto proved dangerous as the keeper well out of her area, and Ambrose wasn't going to mess around. She got behind it, put her foot through it, no extra touches necessary. And just like that, BANAT Kitchener have a 1-0 lead on the goal by Kayla Ambrose in the 10th minute. Toronto FC is the official founding premier partner of Ontario Soccer, as well as the co-presenting partner of its Talented Pathway. Their commitment to the game in Ontario is unrivaled. Visit torontofc.com for tickets and more. Well, how about that? I mean, Caledon have had the bulk of chances and pace of play, but a quick counter seemingly out of nothing. Not even a counter, a back pass gone astray. And good presence from Ambrose to anticipate, challenge, and ultimately convert. And now she's running through space, but they're not going to be able to service the ball to her that time. Kitchener holding possession here with Melo da Silva. Looking for an option up the pitch. Tracking over to it was Almeida for Kitchener, but she couldn't win that battle. The ball out of touch, unable to hold it in, was McKinnon. Well, BANAT FC Kitchener taking the 1-0 lead on a surprise goal, but let's see if they can strike again while Caledon might be a little shell-shocked. Loose ball through the midfield, corralled here by Chiaramella. That ball played ahead for Almeida. Almeida trying to shield from the defender. On her back there is Dickinson. She does well to thwart that attack, and now it's pushed back to Decker. Decker playing it wide. Alicia Marr. Controlled now here by Osmansoy. Osmansoy cuts in. There's an attempt, but that time Ambrose, despite getting a foot to it, as you can see where it goes out of play for the goal kick, never threatening with the attempt. But she's got the lone marker in this game, and it came from a poorly weighted back pass that Ambrose challenged the keeper on. Made her pay and gave BANAT Kitchener the 1-0 lead. Less than 2 minutes ago. Emilian will take the goal kick here. Trying to rebound after conceding that egregious mistake of a goal. Hopefully it doesn't prove costly today for Kaledan, as they did have some good pace in their game prior to that, and now they try build up along the far wing. Walton in possession. Walton, her pass picked off. Presence still there with Walsh as she tries to hammer it through. Aerial challenge as Phillips in the vicinity, but she can't come down with it. Almeida, she takes a push in the back, and that's going to be a free kick as Dickinson getting a little too aggressive with the right arm there. You get a look at Brittany, or excuse me, that's Navi Ajula for Kaledan. As Kitchener set to restart with the free kick as Decker overtopped the ball. Good right-footed boot, but that's met by Sarah Cuoto, who assisted, so to speak, on the goal. It was her poorly hit back pass that led to the goal for Ambrose. And you know Cuoto would want to have that one back. That low cross attempt from Tobin intercepted, and Ambrose unable to keep it in along the touchline, so out for a Kaledan throw. Emma McKinnon looking for an option up the line, picks one out there in Ariane Mason. Mason taking on two defenders, gets past two, has it down within the penalty area, crosses in front, and a good defensive clearance there as BANAT FC Kitchener come away with possession, and Ambrose streaking up the near side wing. She's all alone though, so now she'll play the ball towards the top of the area where the keeper comes right to the edge of the box to collect, with Almeida in the vicinity as Cuoto shielding it there for Emilian. Riza, Walsh. Kaledan working the far touchline, is drawing it back is Walton. Walsh through the middle now with Riza. Riza looks to switch to the near side as she plays back for Dickinson. Time and space in front of her, starts to dribble forward, continues to advance before pulling back. Closing down is Almeida. That back pass from Ajula to the keeper Emilian safely that time, and now Cuoto playing it forward. Cuoto taking the room in front of her before the pass ends up being knocked awry. Kaledan quickly retained possession though. McKinnon, Tobin, she's closed down by two defenders, and that should be out for a Kitchener throw. Kaledan throw. Emma McKinnon in possession here for Kaledan, 15th minute, and there's the goal scorer as Ambrose knocks that out. And Kaledan will have a throw in front of the opposing bench. McKinnon looks to toss in towards the attacking third. Running onto it, and Phillips trying to make a play, but it's promptly knocked out there by the defender. Nice job down low by Marr. McKinnon from the corner, playing that one over to Mason, back to McKinnon. Ball ricocheting around as both teams will battle and chase for possession, and Kaledan come away with it. Back to Cuoto. Cuoto looking to advance that one ahead. Quick little 1-2 as she gets it back. Subsequent pass blocked initially and then hauled down. And I think it's just going to be a free kick and maybe a bit of a warning there from the referee. As you can see the conversation happening between Caitlin Phillips and our match official. And I believe it was Simpraga that got hauled down there. May have been Decker. But a good job there by Kitchener to draw the free kick in defending that push from Kaledan, who looked for an equalizer after conceding. And they trail 1-0 here. And here go Kitchener once again is up the far flank with pace was Osmansoy. She got tripped up, and that will be a yellow card. So a caution comes out to Cuoto, and not much debate there in terms of a protest. She took her down after getting beat. And in the 17th minute, the free kick to come here for Kitchener as they prepare to make a couple of substitutions. It'll be MacArthur and Cohet coming into the match after the free kick, or at the next opportunity rather. And in the meantime, Kitchener set to play a set piece towards the penalty area. There's a good right-footed ball headed away by the defender Dickinson, and now controlled by Mason after Sanzole took the free kick. Melo da Silva shielding it out. That goes for a Kitchener throw, and now they'll have the opportunity to make the changes. So for the time being, Kayla Ambrose, the goal scorer out of this match. And Almeida comes out as well. As mentioned, Kohut and MacArthur into the game. Melo da Silva gets set to take the throw-in. Ball contested and corralled here by Tobin. Tobin looking to switch and open up some field for a teammate, but nothing doing as it was controlled nicely by the Kitchener backline. The combination there of Decker and her keeper Bandura. And some good communication there continuing between the two as they share a bit of a laugh, and no stress knowing that no real threat came from that. Kitchener with a good toss, and now the speedy Osmansoy trying to create havoc again, but promptly dealt with by the defenders, knocked out for another throw. Alicia Marr gets set to take the throw as Kitchener prepare to make another substitution momentarily, as it's Alidadi Shamsabadi that gets set to come into this match. Easily the best name on either roster today. Any of the rosters today, not just in this match. Controlled now by Kaledan. It's just fun to say. Tobin, she plays it back. And now it's controlled by Mason. Tobin picking it up and playing a left-footed ball forward, but that's going to track towards the keeper Bandura, who will be forced to play it with her feet. It never went inside the area, and now Melo da Silva just heads it on for the throw-in. 20th minute of action. It's BANAT FC Kitchener 1, Caledon United FC 0, as Kaledan moved the ball through Ajula. Dickinson. Cuoto. Cuoto tries to feed it forward. That one touched by Phillips, but unable to secure possession. And now quickly BANAT looking for counter-attacking opportunities. Controlled here by MacArthur. Touched free initially, is trying to chase it back is Kohut, but unable to do so, and it's Dickinson who controls. Her ball ended up being knocked down by Sanzola, and now it finds its way over to Cuoto, who plays it back to her keeper. Well, a potential full-sail change here for Kaledan. They're going to bring, I think, 6 substitutes on momentarily, but here's a potential chance on that shot from effort, or that effort from distance from Walton, ricocheting off a defender and out of touch. I got caught up in trying to count these subs. It's 6 Kaledan substitutes. Make it 7. One more is going to join the pack. Why not? Quite the distraction on that quick counter attack that, thanks to the crowd, pulled me back to the play. Here goes Kitchener, but nothing more doing as Kohut unable to control possession cleanly. Take this opportunity to remind you that Ontario Soccer values fair play, and we share this common passion with our partners from Respect in Sport, the leading e-learning platform for the prevention of bullying, abuse, harassment, and discrimination. Learn more about their programs and start your Respect education journey today at respectgroupinc.com. Okay, the easy sub, Ariane Alidadi Shamsabadi coming in for Kitchener. That's just one. Nice and easy. Looks like Marr might be tracking out. Some confusion. Now Marr comes out. That sub finished. Are we going to get, there's more, how many do we have now? 3, 6, 7, 7 players coming in for Caledon. Let's see if we can do this. Eden Young, Hannah Snell. We're just going to shopping list this. There's no other way. Olivia Lazaro. Oh, jumping first is Ishani Sharma. Don't ask me who's coming out. You can rely on the graphics. Courtney Betts and Madeline Clark. I hope you got it because I'm not going through. Oh, we missed one. Irene Halis. All right, we got all 7 of them. 7 changes for Caledon. We'll see if that changes momentum and sparks something with a throw-in in the attacking third now. From the throw, battling for possession, Walton. She was out there pre-changes. That one crossed and ultimately dealt with as Sensolik comes up with it now for Kitchener. Cahoot under pressure, draws back. Decker, she controls and looks to push forward. Kitchener through the center circle as being closed down is Chiamarella as she played it off, and now it's controlled by Decker with space in front of her. Decker tracks onto the attacking side of half, lays the ball up the far touchline where speeding on is Alidadi Shamsabadi, but unable to corral it ahead of the defender. However, they do retain possession. Nice tackle that time by Kitchener through the midfield as it's now controlled by Chiara Mella as it just got away from her, just like the name got away from me that time. My goodness, missed opportunity for both of us. My ancestors would not be happy about that fumble. I'm having too much fun with Alidadi Shamsabadi. That's what it is. I'm so excited. I want her to score so badly, you don't understand. And I am very impartial and unbiased, but that'll just be fun. Good possession and pressure now from Kitchener as they work deep in the attacking third, but that ball back intended for Melo da Silva off the mark, and it'll be a throw-in for Caledon. 25th minute of action. The lone goal coming off the defensive miscue that Kitchener were more than happy to take advantage of, and now they press again with Cahoot on the ball. She draws back, quick touch there from Chiara Mella. Chiara Mella under pressure now, does well to win it back for Melo da Silva. Chiara Mella wanted a foul called, nothing doing, ball played ahead for Cahoot. Her touch intercepted now as it's brought down by Riza. Trying to control is Lazaro. The ball ricocheting back, and the Caledon keeper will let it cross the line out for a goal kick. So Gab Emilian, who hasn't really had to face a true shot on target yet, but has had to come out and challenge for those bang-bang plays, decisions where you have a split second to commit or not, and ultimately the goal conceded was one where she did charge out. It was just a bad luck bounce for Caledon that ended up in the back of their net after a soft back pass. Kitchener holding possession here with the center back Decker, who goes all the way back to the keeper Bandura. Simpraga, she was closed down by Betts, so uses the safe option in the keeper Bandura. Quickly returns as Simpraga looks for an option up the pitch. Tracking back defensively is Eden Young. Young does well to keep it in play twice, as the second one even closer to going out, but Young held it in, and eventually it's out for a Kitchener throw-in. Quick toss from Melo da Silva. Kitchener try to work in towards the attacking third. Contact on the back of Cahoot, but not enough to draw a call, and now it's back with the Caledon keeper Emilian. She puts her right foot through the ball up towards the half line, where possession contested and now corralled by the effort from Sharma. That ball from Snell, initially blocked out. Now Snell tracks back defensively, where it's picked up by Riza. Riza turns, has the outlet there with Walsh, as now it's played forward and running onto it with bases Clark. Clark trying to track it offensively, but getting back there is Decker. She's been a steady presence through the center back slot today for Kitchener, and she's done well to knock that away from the speedy Clark. Movement from the ball, and on the throw, it's returned to Eden Young, who tries to cross in towards the penalty area. A lot of shirt there. Sharma shoots and just over top the net. Appeals for a penalty. Referee having a very brief conversation with Christy Walton, who was the player tied up in the mix. As we're going to get a substitution here for Kitchener, it'll be Nicole Gardam coming into the match. As for the time being, Lindsay Chiaramella comes out. Well, the best chance of the match so far for Kaledan on that attempt off the foot of Ishani Sharma. It just sailed over top the net, catching the top meshing. But if Kaledan can continue to generate opportunities like that, you have to think an equalizer wouldn't be far off. Let's see if they can generate more here, as Dickinson making the play to keep the pressure up, but the pass, no one there in red, and Bandura slows it down again. Bandura scoops it up, and she'll play it out from the kick. As Kohut making a play, a physical exchange there with Hallis. Hallis seemingly okay, and then a foul committed up the field, and the Kitchener player who was fouled just laughing it off. As that was Nicole Gardam, who just came into the match and having a laugh at the expense of the player who fouled her. From the restart, teams exchanging possession, controlled now by Marshall Z as it's played through the middle, where Decker takes control. She hammers that up the pitch, and right to the edge of her area comes the keeper, Emilienne, to collect. O'Neill's Sportswear is a leading supplier globally to grassroots sports organizations and professional clubs alike. With over 100 years of expertise, is Ontario Soccer's proud official soccer apparel, uniform, and equipment partner. For more information on their made-to-order personalized apparel and uniform solutions, visit O'Neills.com. O'Neill's Sportswear, live for it. Well, that attempt off the side of the net out for a goal kick, and Kaledan do continue to find ways to work the ball into the attacking third now. They just need to string a couple of good threatening opportunities together. Feels like they're starting to get on the right foot here, despite having some tough luck go their way earlier in this first half. Let's see what Sharma can do after picking off the goal kick. Trying to play that one ahead for Betts, but she never could corral it, and now it'll be picked up by Alidadi Shamsabadi. Loose ball as Dickinson tries to track onto it. She's fouled, with Kohut getting both arms out for that push, and a free kick here for Kaledan. Dickinson will step behind this, and she's got the purpose to play this into the penalty area. Let's see what she does. Right-footed ball, looking for a flick on, takes a couple of bounces before it's cleared away by a defensive effort. Decker getting there for Kitchener defensively as Hallis takes control for Kaledan. Her ball knocked down, and that one ricochets at the last moment off of MacArthur, out for a Kaledan throw-in. Kitchener trying to defend here as Decker steps up and gets the left foot to it. Ball turned over at midfield, and now Dickinson back in possession for Kaledan. Looks for options up the pitch, tried to pick out a player making a run in the form of Lazaro there. They continue to pursue and try cause havoc as Sharma gets a touch to it. Controlled now by Young. She plays that towards the penalty area. Knocked free by Decker, but conceding a corner in doing so, And now Kaledan have a corner kick opportunity to try generate something of substance. Let's see what they can do as they'll send Madeline Clark over, and it looks like she'll set up for an outswinger here. This is where the wind could impact it, as the wind blowing into the face of Clark as she takes the corner. The outswinger headed on by Dickinson and just curling wide, out for a goal kick. Well, good effort that time from Caledon United FC, as the ball played in off the corner kick from Clark, and Dickinson, the center back, getting ahead to it, just couldn't quite put it on target. Caledon getting set to make a couple of substitutions. It's not 7 this time, just 2 so far, I believe. As that ball played ahead where Dickinson will meet it for United. Oh, it's going to be 3, a third player I didn't quite see emerging from the tent below. So who knows, maybe they'll creep 4 more up there and surprise me yet. Ball controlled through the midfield now as Lazaro takes possession. Does well to pick out the runner in Snell. Snell taking on the defender, gets around the first player. Snell tracking down, she takes it in towards the penalty area. Right in front, low cross, it's loose, and it's in the back of the net! Caledon have tied the match! 34th minute. Kitchener pleading for a foul on the keeper. But I don't think much to complain about. Let's get a look at the replay. Low cross, Bandura dives out. I mean, that would be a real tough foul to give against the Caledon player who was just trying to evade contact. Bandura clearly fumbling it on the replay when she tried to intercept the low cross. And we get the goal to equalize for Caledon in the 34th minute. If we can get one more look, oh, there we get it. No, it's Ambrose who got the goal for Kitchener. Maybe we can get one more look at the replay to see who finished it off in real time. I didn't catch the Caledon player. Here we get a look. It was brought in beautifully by Snell. Here's the low cross. Sharma in the vicinity. And it may have been Sharma. It may have been her teammate there as well. I believe that was Christy Walton. Either way for Caledon, regardless of which one gets credit, they get the equalizer with about 10 minutes remaining here in the opening half. And we mentioned it, it just kind of felt like it was slowly building, it was slowly happening. They continued to generate chances. And it may not have been prettier the way they would have drawn it up, but they find the back of the net to equalize. And we got a whole new match here. Kitchener's keeper, Bandura, controlling it inside her own penalty area. Kitchener have got to feel a little shell-shocked. It sounds like the announcement confirms it was Walton who got the goal for Caledon. So we'll give it to Christy Walton. It was certainly either Walton or Sharma, both in the mix there. And Caledon have equalized this game 1-1. Foul committed on the back of Betts, and in losing her shoe, she draws the free kick. Chiaramella gets set to come back into the game for Kitchener, as Hallis stands over top the ball to take the free kick. Delivers the right foot through it, flicked on by a header from Phillips, but no threat to the keeper Bandura, who scoops it up. Alidadi Shamsabadi playing that one back, and now they work it up the far touchline for Osmansoy to control. Ball ricocheting, and now it's tracking back defensively for Lazaro, who does well with a player pursuing her. Hallis. That ball initially picked off by Marshalzi, but it's turned over and Sharma in control. Hallis, 37th minute. Cuoto. That goal for Kaledan, the equalizer, probably taking a huge weight off the back of Cuoto, whose back pass led to the goal for Kitchener. Nice defending there by Aldadi Shamsabadi to stay with her player, but now she's got to track back to cover the wing attack, or the winged threat, as Cuoto tries to play it. Now they get it out wide to Snell, who set up the equalizer with that low cross, and she's pursuing once again, but this time Hannah Snell knocked off stride. It's out for a throw.
Get it right back! Get it right back!
That ball out of play. It'll be a throw in here for Kitchener, and now they get to make the substitution as Marshalzi will come out of the match and Chiaramella will come back in. The biggest soccer event in the world is coming to our country and province in 2026, and we want you to be a part of it. With BMO as the title partner, Generation 26 is a bold initiative designed to bring the game to every corner of Ontario, with a full calendar of events and initiatives running through the summer of 2026 and beyond. Learn more at ontariosoccer.net/Gen26. Here go Kaledan attacking in the third here, trying to make something happen in the attacking third. That initially knocked away. Good cross running onto it, but off her line is Bendur to collect before Eden Young could get a touch to it for Kaledan. Kitchener looking for a quick transition as Gardam played it forward. Chiaramella. Nice draw back to the near touch. As that one ahead, but just across the line, unable to keep it in, was MacArthur. Eden Young throws that one in. Short option there in Lazaro. Playing it back for Hellis. Hallis looking up the line. Draws the right-footed ball, but knocked away by a defender before it's controlled now by Melo da Silva. Through the center circle where it's picked up by Sanzole. Loose ball, appeals for a handball. Nothing doing as it'll be controlled by Cuoto. Cuoto playing to Sharma. Sharma lays that one where Young draws back. Hallis, Cuoto. Kitchener getting set to make a substitution, bringing Kiana Miller back into this game. As Cuoto playing that one out wide for Snell. She's closed down, turns it over, gets a big chunk of the jersey, but nothing doing, and possession turned over here through the midfield as it's controlled by Hallis. Hallis slowing it down, looking for options. Uses the check in the form of Clark, and now they turn with Betts in possession, looking to strike. Lays that one off, but Phillips. And there's the left-footed attempt that's dangerous, and a big save by Bendura. Wow, that just hung up there longer than I think Bendura expected, and she had to track back for that save on Tobin. Have another look at that last attempt on target. You can see it just get away from the initial player, but then Tobin scoops it up. And I don't even know if Bendura got her fingertips to it. It might have just gone straight off the bar. Great chance there. And from the subsequent restart, the shot easier work for Bendura this time as she makes another save. Bendura, despite conceding the equalizer, playing pretty well in goal today for Kitchener. A foul committed just on the attacking side of half, and Snell is going to draw a warning here from the referee. As look out below. .42nd minute. And a free kick here for Kitchener just on the attacking side of half. Instead of trying to force long, they'll keep it short with the center back in Decker. Quick return over to Sanzole, now through the middle. Melo da Silva, back to Sanzole. Melo da Silva. Reading that one and breaking it up was Young. And now Kaledan trying to work here. Hallis. Through the middle where it's corralled by Betts. Under pressure, controlling is Lazaro. Cuoto, her right-footed ball trying to send Tobin on a run, but that had too much weight and wasn't quite wide enough. So easy control here for Lesia Bandura. Approaching the halftime whistle. We're all square, 1-1 in the women's final. As you're tuned into the live stream broadcast here at the 2025 MilkUP Ontario Cup. That's a foul, a free kick on the foul by Osmansoy. As Cuoto gets taken down here, you get a look at the replay, and there you can see the right leg of Osmansoy making contact before getting to the ball. Controlled cleanly here by Kitchener as MacArthur plays that back for Decker, who then just boots it forward promptly and works its way out for a Kitchener throw-in. They'll make a substitution as Miller comes into the game and MacArthur comes out. So working our way towards the halftime whistle. And deadlocked, one apiece here as Cuoto takes control. Ball drawn back for Lazaro as it's controlled by Hallis. Didn't want to force, pulls to her left. That one blocked, and she'll just reset with a throw-in. Good job by Chiaramella to shield that. Lazaro can't dice her way through traffic, and it'll go out for another Kaledan throw-in. Young. Phillips. Back to the keeper, Emilienne. Her right-footed ball up the pitch, but met there by the defender in Decker. And quickly, Hallis retains possession for Kaledan. Cuoto. We await to see how much added time we'll have here to cap off the first half. As Cuoto takes possession on the attacking side of half. That pass off of Osmansoy and out for a Kaledan throw-in. From the throw, Snell tosses in. We'll have a minimum of 2 minutes of added time to be played here. So as we approach the halftime whistle, a little separating these two squads. It's been a good back and forth battle so far. And I would think both teams would be content to go into the halftime break on level terms. Set to come out to settle it in the second half of action. From the goal kick, Kaledan try aggressively to secure possession, but a foul committed on the back of Chiaramella, and a free kick here for Kitchener. Decker set to restart the action. Controlled by Osmansoy. Osmansoy trying to dribble past a couple of defenders. Sarazzole comes in to take control. She quickly gets it back here. Sarazzole trying to pick the runner. Nice touches, breaking in, and that opportunity tackled beautifully by Hannah Snell. She did well not to commit a foul inside the penalty area. It was Sarazzole who tracked onto the ball after being set up nicely by Osmansoy. And then Sarazzole giving it to her numerical counterpart there, Cuoto. Let's get a look at the replay of that last threatening sequence. Great control there by Sanadzola to pull the ball out of midair, but then that beautifully timed tackle from Snell to negate the ensuing chance. And as the referee checks his watch, that may be all she wrote for the first 45. It is the halftime whistle sounds, and we'll have to find out in the second 45 what will separate these two squads. Before we take the break, let's get a look at the first half match stats. As you can see, little separating these two squads. Shot attempts 5-3 in favor of Kaledan. Shots on target 3-1 in favor of Kaledan. But a very tightly contested match. And after 45, both teams square at 1 goal apiece. Folks, stay tuned. Second half action coming up from the women's final of the 2025 MilkUP Ontario Cup.
Everybody wants to know what I would do if I didn't win. I guess we'll never know.
The OPDL is a great league that's set up to put a lot of eyes and a lot of people looking at your pathway. I think that it's very fluid in the way that you can play.
She was a best case example, but all those younger kids saw a tangible, real life example of success. Whether that person wanted to obtain a soccer scholarship, we saw Jade go on and do that in Michigan. Jade being a part of the provincial team program. For others who wanted to do that, they saw Jade do that. Youth national teams, senior national teams, now overseas with Manchester United. So all of those things that younger players may want to achieve on a personal level, Jade has done that.
No dream is too big, because if I can do it, they can do it.
This is Canadian soccer. Not borrowed, not copied. Born of cold mornings, long roads, and wide open skies. Built in small towns and rising cities. The game moves fast. The pressure's real. Tackles sting. And the moments, they don't fade.
Oh my goodness me! You cannot give him that much time and space.
Every match pushes us forward. Every touch, a step higher. This is the Canadian Premier League on TSN.
Looking for your next car or need expert service? Number 7 Auto Mall has you covered. With hundreds of vehicles ready to drive, you can choose from top brands like Honda, Infiniti, Volkswagen, Toyota, Mazda, and Nissan. Whether it's finding your dream car or getting the best service, our team is here to make it happen at prices that fit your budget. Don't settle for less. Experience the difference at Number 7 Auto Mall today.
For me, my soccer journey in OPDL started with Markham FC. At the time, I played for Pickering, but I had moved to Markham to play there. I played in there for a couple of years, had a lot of joy there, did really well with the team. The team was really good.
The OPDL provided the environment for real elite class players to play against each other consistently, and so that definitely helped Jade to raise her game and to become the player that she is today.
It allowed her to develop to her potential and also be visible. Everyone knew about Jade. When you're in the OPDL program and you're good, people are going to know. It's set up to identify those players.
I think they're lost. There's no game on today.
Where is everyone? Do we know that guy?
Was that just in Marsh?
I feel honored being selected for Team Ontario, and I feel like privileged.
People thought that I had something to contribute to this team, and that means a lot.
There's a lot of hard work and dedication that leads into this.
It's a really nice reward for all the hard work that all of us put in.
Okay, girls, it's all yours.
And it's nice to see all the work that everyone puts in to produce talent in this province.
I felt great. I felt like I made it to another step in my life, and I just want to keep on getting better and show what I can do.
I've always wanted to be on the team, so it's really exciting.
Not every kid has the chance to be here and play for Team Ontario, so I'm really proud of myself.
It's super cool to represent where I grew up, and obviously my goal is to go as far as possible. So I was just really excited because this is a really good first step.
It was really exciting, and I was really happy to find out when I got the email.
It feels quite awesome, honestly. It's a great experience.
I feel like I get to perform and show my talents to everyone here
All right, soccer fans, welcome back inside the Zankin Automotive Soccer Center Stadium Field as we get you set for the second half kickoff. Say that 3 times fast, as Ontario Soccer is thrilled to collaborate with Circle K. The Canadian convenience store industry leader is a premier partner and supporter of grassroots soccer across the province. Whether to fuel up before a big game or after a hard practice, Circle K is your thirst stop. Visit CircleK.com to find convenience store locations near you. That ball played in, easily dealt with by the keeper, Emilienne, as she sprawls to make the save. And we begin the second half of action with these two squads deadlocked, one apiece here in the women's final of the 2025 MilkUP Ontario Cup, and of course in the U15, U17, and women and men's divisions here at the 2025 MilkUP Ontario Cup. The winning squads will represent their provinces at nationals in October. So a lot on the line here in this match beyond Ontario Cup glory. the chance to compete at Nationals in what has become a great annual tradition. The challenge and the Jubilee trophies in both the women and men's. And no surprise when you look ahead to tomorrow's matches to see Gloucester Celtic vying once again on the men's side for Ontario Cup glory and to represent Ontario at Nationals. Here, Kaledan and Kitchener all deadlock 1-1, and now trying to dig in deep with it is Mason. Mason loses possession. And ultimately out for a goal kick as you get a look at the replay here. Now, check that. Is that on the replay? It looked like it went for a throw, but I could have sworn I saw the motion for a goal kick. Well, Bandura will restart here for Kitchener. She'll take out over to the far side of the goal area and restart the action. Intercepting initially is Risa as Kaledan trying to hold possession, and they do so through the midfield with Ajula on it. Working it over to McKinnon. Battling for it and coming away with it is Sansola. She does well before some physical contact and hauled down was Marshalzi. As let's get a look at that replay. There you see Marshalzi step up to take it and getting caught from the awkward angle before being hauled down. So a free kick now for Kitchener. Sanzole over top the ball. Should note that Kayla Ambrose, the goal scorer for Kitchener, back in the match as a second half substitute. Keep an eye if she can make an impact once again for BANAT. Kitchener in blue. They work right to left across her screen as Kaledan in red hold possession through the midfield with Ajula. Drawing it back here for Dickinson. Cuoto. Sarah Cuoto extending her arms out as if to say, where are my options in front of me? She lays it short over to Walsh, and now it's controlled by Mason. Mason through the midfield. Touched over by Ajula. Dickinson quickly playing it ahead. Appeals for a handball, nothing doing. Well, actually, they will call it as no advantage coming from it, so referee draws the whistle and a free kick now for Kaledan. Caitlin Phillips was right in the middle of the mix for Kaledan, drawing the handball. As Sarah Cuoto stands over top to take the free kick. 5 red jerseys in and around the right side of the penalty area. Cuoto draws the ball through the middle where it's met by a defensive header of Ambrose. And now Sansole tries to get it past Cuoto. Sansole looking for a counterattack, but that's very quickly knocked away by Tobin, who does well to hold possession here for Kaledan. Great play by Tobin. Mason, she's closed down, still in possession though. Mason with good control in tight proximity there. That ball picked off by Osmansoy. And now Kitchener work it over to Marr. Decker, she's been solid on that back line today for BANAT Kitchener as the keeper Bandura with a half clearance. Through the middle where it's controlled by Chiaramella. Has it knocked off her foot in Marshall Z, playing it back to the keeper Bandura. Bandura out to Alicia Marr. Marr, her ball intended for Almeida. She couldn't track to it. Loose ball as Mason controls for Kaledan. Defended well that time by Decker as she thwarts any threat. And now here go Kitchener in transition with Ambrose in possession. Ambrose working deep to the goal line, crosses in front, but safe hands there from Emilienne to pluck it out of the air and make the save. PowerUp Sports is the official technology partner and member registration system of choice of Ontario Soccer, bringing a unified, secure, and intuitive registration experience to member organizations across the province. Check out powerupsports.com/Ontario to see how their best-in-class technology can help your club succeed on and off the pitch. I don't know if it's Bjorn writing these ads, but they're getting a little too smart for me now. Let's dumb it down a little for the layman here who's got to actually fumble his way through the reads. Some highfalutin vocabulary coming into play on the sponsor reads today. What do we have? Aggregate, I think, aggregation in one of them, and well, that one's got a few doozies as well. A free kick awarded on the field as Dickinson stands over top the ball for Kaledan. Let's see what they can do from the set piece. Dickinson, left-footed ball, headed on, right on goal and in the back of the net. Two players converging from Kaledan's perspective. I believe it was Caitlin Phillips. May have been Leanne Tobin. Let's get a look again. Dickinson, left-footed ball. Good quality ball. And it's really off the defender and in. It's the defensive header of was it Sanzole? May have been Simpraga. The closest Kaledan player was Phillips, but I believe that's going to go down as an own goal. And the free kick from Dickinson proves problematic, as Kaledan back in front. And rather back in front, they lead for the first time in this match, now up 2-1. Working the far flank, taking it ahead is Tobin. Tobin drawing back on the defender. Tobin crosses to the top of the area, headed on. But that time Bandura there to make the save. 54th minute, and Kaledan United FC have battled back, and they now lead this match 2-1. Christy Walton laying that back for Haley Walsh. Walton tries to keep it in along the touchline, but it's out of play, and a throw-in awarded to Kitchener. Almeida battling to hold possession. It's off of a Kaledan player and out for a Kitchener throw. Toss comes in from Marr, tight to the line and predictably turned over. Not enough space to operate there, and possession conceded. Quickly returned though, as Riza couldn't hold it in play. And Kitchener will have a chance to do it again. From the throw, Almeida battling as she got clapped hard there and draws the contact for the free kick. And now Kitchener with a set piece to potentially draw level after conceding minutes ago. Sanzola stands over top the ball. Just one player providing the wall presence for Kaledan as they look to defend anything in towards the penalty area. Sanzole, right-footed attempt right towards the penalty area. Still loose there is Chiaramella with the shot, and Chiaramella couldn't keep it on target as it's out for a goal kick. Lindsay Chiaramella with that last chance there for BANAT Kitchener, but unable to find the target. It's out for a goal kick, and now Emilienne, who Tending goal for her squad, leading this match now. Takes her time to put it back in play. Kaledan with a bit of a meal on that touch, and they concede a throw in on the brink of the attacking third here. As Alicia Marr gets set to take the throw for Kitchener. Fourth and final match of the day, 3 on the docket for tomorrow. The under-17 girls final, the under-17 boys final, and then the men's finals. Here goes Kitchener. There's a shot attempt right on, and Almeida, who got the attempt, would have hoped for better. A relatively routine save there from Emilienne, who dusts the dirt off her shin pads before playing it back out. 2 Kitchener players in the vicinity. Almeida with the chance in the end just couldn't quite generate enough quality contact to really threaten with it. Turning, here's the speedy Osmansoy, but that time she's kept in check, and good defensive coverage by Haley Walsh, who gives up the throw. Marr gets set to take the toss as we approach the 60th minute and the final 30 minutes of match play, with Kaledan leading 2-1. Kitchener trying to find an equalizer. Tracking it down was Marshalsey, but she couldn't generate a shot, and it's out for a Kaledan throw. Kaledan playing confidently with the lead now. As it's tossed back in. Tobin with the throw, and now they push it out across the half, where Decker and Mason both battle for possession. Mason comes away with it. Mason laying that one off to Ajula, who then returns to Mason. She's got room to run. Mason into the penalty area, draws to the right foot for the shot. And off her line to collect is Bandura. It wasn't a pure shot in the sense of a direct line on goal. Kind of started to curl away where it could have been a serviceable pass, but Mason did well to get it off cleanly with a lot of pressure chasing her down. In the end, Kaledan thwarted by the keeper Bandura. They quickly press back into the attacking third with Walton on it. Walton whips the cross off the defender and out for a corner. So as we hit the 60th minute of action, setting up for the outswinger is Christy Walton. Walton draws the outswinger. Good cross. That could be trouble. Off a bounce, though. Sanzola able to clear the danger. And allow us to remind you that the Canadian Premier League, on behalf of its Ontario-based member clubs, Forge FC, York United FC, and Atletico Ottawa, are premier partners of Ontario soccer and co-presenting partners of the Talented Pathway. For updates and more information, please go to canpl.ca. Kitchener controlling here with Melo da Silva slowing it down. She gets possession brought back to her, takes the space in front, and starts to march Kitchener up the pitch. Melo da Silva laying that one over to Simpraga. As tracking back was Almeida, a lot of contact on her back. She gets up a little gingerly, but tries to shake it off and continue on. Mason tracking there against Sanzole. Sanzole keeping her in check, but committing a foul in doing so, and then Sanzole kicking it away, and that's going to be a caution there to the captain for BANAT Kitchener. Sanzole trying to plead her case that it was a reaction, she didn't have time. But there you can see the whistle clearly had gone, and Sanzole just kicking it away, receiving the caution in the 61st minute. So Dickinson, who's Second half free kick led to the go-ahead goal for Kaledan. Will square up for this free kick just on her defensive side of the half line. Dickinson, right-footed ball met by the defensive header that time of Marshalzi, and now it's controlled through the midfield by Kitchener. They pull back where it's Sanzole who takes control. Sanzole laying that one off. Simpraga, her ball knocked out of midair. Good defensive work that time by McKinnon. Teams knocking it back and forth as there's a bit of a knock through the air on that defensive play by Dickinson, and again Almeida getting the worst of it. Bang bang play along the far touchline. It's out for a Kaledan throw as Kitchener want to make a couple substitutions. Or excuse me, it's out for a Kitchener throw. No, I was right. Yep, Kaledan throw. See, they got me confused down there. Although that doesn't take much, I suppose. The ball out of play, and now Kitchener will get the throw and the changes. So BANAT Kitchener bring Haley MacArthur and Alidadi Shamsabadi back into this match. And coming out for the time being is Alicia Marr. And it looks like that's Brittany Almeida working her way along the far touchline as well. 63rd minute, Kaledan holding on to a 2-1 lead. Mason chasing after that loose ball, bringing possession for Kaledan. Mason stepping over, looking for an overlapping option. The flag stays down. Pressing forward here is Tobin. Tobin trying to track the loose ball, gets away from her initially. Kaledan do hold possession here though. Controlled nicely by Walsh. Walsh stepping over, slowing down, opens up space here for Riza, who plays it through the penalty area. Mason trying to close it down after Phillips stepped over top without being able to secure possession. Ajula, she turns, makes the touch over to Walton. Walton squaring on the defender, draws it back for Ajula. Lays it back now for Walsh. Walsh getting closed down as Osmansoy trying to keep her in check. There's a good cross in tight. And getting there for the attempt was Caitlin Phillips, but she couldn't put it on target. And out for a goal kick after that good service on the ball from Christy Walton. There you see on the replay, Walton setting up that volley chance that Phillips pushed wide. Bandura had to make a quick play there, and the keeper for Kitchener able to get the clearance. Riza, Ajula for Kaledan. Overlap run by the right back, and she'll catch it. Good speed there by Haley Walsh. And Walsh wins a throw-in for her team. Walsh looking for outlet options, tosses in. Ball knocked around before it's secured by Marshalsey. That's controlled by Alidadi Shamsabadi as it goes out for a BANAT Kitchener throw-in. Alidadi Shamsabadi gets set to take the toss. Playing it in for Sanzole. Sanzole, Alidadi Shamsabadi, controlled now by Omansoy. Osmansoy looks to put that through the middle, initially blocked down, and then Cuoto there defensively for Kaledan. Controlled here by Riza. Looking for support through the midfield, it's turned over. And now Kaledan march out an army of substitutes once again. But in the interim, here goes Ambrose for Kitchener. Her progression stopped. Danger maybe still there, but that long ball tracks out for a goal kick. And let's see, a quick count. It's a 7-player substitution again from Kaledan. As we got it done the first time, let's see if we can do it again here. Lazaro's going to be coming in. I saw Hallis. She'll be coming back into this match. That's Eden Young who sprints out. Snell, she set up the equalizer. Sharma, she was right in the middle of the fray on the go-ahead goal. Oh boy, I'm losing track now. Betts gets out there. Who else? Clark, I think that was all 7 of them. As we'll just say 7 Caledon players come off the field. Pretty much about as close as you can get to wholesale changes there. But who am I to question the strategy? They're up 2-1 with a little more than 20 plus minutes remaining in this match. Ambrose controlling now for Kitchener. Draws that one back. Chiaramella looking for an outlet. Sanzole. Simpraga, she tries to force that one through. MacArthur there, but it's controlled by Ambrose. Back to Simpraga. She does well to pick out the player making the run. I think that's Chiaramella who pinched up to make the play. As Kitchener try hold possession, but it's cleared away by Riza. Pushing forward is Tobin. Tobin trying to press ahead now for Caledon. That long ball intended for Betts. She's not going to be able to get to it before the defender who concedes the throw, and it's possession to Caledon. Excuse me. Yeah, Caledon. I'm getting mixed up, this Caledon Kitchener. 4 games on the day, man. It gets to you, I tell you. Don't talk to me at game number 7 tomorrow. I don't know. When I was... Anyways, we'll save those thoughts for the podcast. We'll keep it that way as the goal kick restart here with Bendura on the ball. Played out and controlled now through the midfield by Lazaro. Lazaro laying that back to Hallis. Hallis, her right-footed ball trying to send Snell on a run, but there's the defender in Melo da Silva to clear the danger. Ball ricocheting around as Ambrose tries to get the clearance for Kitchener. Controlled here by Caledon's Lazaro. Hallis, Dickinson. Caledon have to feel content with the way they're pushing the pace and dictating play right now. No real threat from Kitchener at the moment. Get a look at Nicole Gardam there for Kitchener as they try to defend the throw in here. Gardam comes up with possession. As Osmansoy in the vicinity, and now controlled by Caledon, is turning with it is Risa. Risa tried to feed that ahead, intended for Walton, but it's dealt with by the defender and knocked out for a throw. Kitchener are going to get set to make a substitution as Kaya Kohut gets set to come back into this game. There you get a look at Olivia Lazaro on your screen. As the Caledon throw taken by Snell. Possession promptly turned over, and now here goes Kitchener. Osmansoy tried to feed that up. I think her teammate MacArthur would have likely been flagged for the offside, but they'll reset here as Chiaramella feeds it ahead. Osmansoy. Sanzole, little touch ahead just over the dome there of Ambrose, who couldn't get the flick on. Controlled now by Melo da Silva. Off the defender, out for a Kitchener throw, and now they'll get the substitution. Osmansoy will come out of the match, and Kohut comes in to replace her. And we remind you that as the Bank of Soccer with decades of investing in soccer programming at all levels, BMO is committed to boldly grow the good in business and life by growing our beautiful game. We're honored to work with BMO as lead partner of Ontario Soccer's grassroots empowerment initiatives and newly announced digital platform, My Soccer, powered by BMO, a cutting-edge app and media platform set to revolutionize the soccer experience for players, coaches, officials, fans, and families throughout Ontario. Corner kick won here by Kitchener, and let's see if they can generate something. Trailing by just one, this could be a key moment in the match for BANAT FC Kitchener. They'll send their captain, Becky Senzole, over to take the corner. Six players inside the penalty area, 2 roaming just around the outside. Senzole sets up the outswinger. A defensive header knocks it on. Danger still present before it's cleared away nicely by Christy Walton. Quickly hammered back by BANAT, but a foul committed on the challenge on the back of Snell. And a free kick awarded to Kaledan. 73rd minute of action as Kaledan United FC holding on to a 2-1 lead. As BANAT Kitchener scoring first in this match, but they've had little to build off since. As Kaledan just continued to push and persist and claw their way back, eventually equalizing and in the second half pushing ahead 2-1. Kohut, she controls now for Kitchener. That ball tracks across the line and out for a Kaledan throw. Hannah Snell gets set to take the throw here for Kaledan as the Peel Halton Region Club vying for a spot in Nationals come October, but they've got to lock this down with Kitchener continuing to fight hard. 74th minute. Time ticking away here on BANAT Kitchener. Kaledan from the throw. Bantied about before Senzole takes possession for Kitchener. Controlled now by MacArthur. Her long ball intended for Ambrose. She's streaking up the pitch, desperate to try get anything, but that time dealt with well by the defenders in both Lazaro and the keeper, Emilian. Chiaramella laying that one back for Melo da Silva. Chiaramella stepping over top and drawing it into the middle for Senzole. Melo da Silva pushing that one ahead for Ambrose to run onto, and this could be threatening. Ambrose trying to create. Ambrose getting tied up there in an exchange with the defender. I believe that was Hallis. It was Irene Hallis. A corner kick awarded, but you can understand a bit of the frustration there from the attacker in the form of Ambrose, who stride for stride and trying to get that separation, just showing the frustration. She couldn't shake the defender. Corner kick to come as Senzole gets set to take it. And it looks like Kitchener will make a substitution shortly thereafter as Senzole sets up for the outswinger. Osmansoy getting set to come back in the match. Senzole with the corner. Headed away, but danger not completely clear as Chiaramella volleys it back towards the area. There's an attempt as the keeper squarely making a safe save. Emilian there to pluck it out of midair, making it look routine. Nice boot there from Emilian as she clears that across the half, and both teams vie for possession. It's Kaledan that come away with it. Walton into the middle now. Betts trying the over. Can't truly call it an overlap. It was just a wide option where the ball never found its target, and Now we'll get the substitution for Kitchener, with Haley MacArthur coming out and Asen Osmansoy coming back into this game. As we approach the final 10 minutes of play, you're tuned into the 2025 MilkUP Ontario Cup. It's the women's final. And it's Kaledan 2, Kitchener 1. Kaledan United FC holding on and playing that ball up the pitch where the BANAT FC Kitchener defender Melo De Silva has to track back and make a play. She earns a throw-in for her team up the line where Sanzole tries to take possession. Turned over as Lazaro through the middle. Controlled nicely, is in possession is Betts. Betts turned back as nice little touch pass here, and that could be threatening, but a good save from Bandura as Sharma let it fly. And Bandura making an important save if Kitchener have any hopes of finding a late equalizer. Osmansoy back into the match. She gets fouled, and that'll be a free kick for Banat. Walton being urged to retreat from her position on the ball. The ball kicked forward by Aldadi Samsamadi. Oh, man, that's bad. Aldadi Shamsabadi, that's it. It's fun. You got to get it right if you're going to do it. But unfortunately for Kaledan, or for Kitchener, it doesn't matter. It was turned over and now possession to Kaledan. From the throw, Snell. Can't quite clear it away from Sanzole, who plays it ahead for Osmansoy. Osmansoy, that ball blocked down initially there for Marshalls, but she was unable to make a clean play on it. Decker, she tries to push that one over to Ambrose. Ambrose making the run, turns the defender, volleys, and couldn't get over top to keep it down. She did well to generate the attack and the chance, but it was high out for the goal kick. Here you get a look at the replay of that last opportunity. A good ball serviced for Ambrose. She turned on the defender, but as you can see, she couldn't get her leg over top, couldn't get her weight over top of it enough to keep it down. It just off her foot sailed high and evaded tracking on target from the moment it was hit. Sharma, good ball ahead. Bandura well out of her area, and that could have been costly, still could be as she tracks back to try and get position here. Clark trying to bring it down for Kaledan. Contact and a free kick awarded. Set piece opportunity now for Kaledan. And oh, what a big swing this could be. Let's get a look at the replay. There you see the contact, no doubt about it, as Chiaramella comes across the back of the legs of the attacking threat in Clark and takes her down. And we'll have a free kick here for Kaledan with a chance to really put a stamp on this match now. Up 2-1. This would be big here if they can capitalize. It's Dickinson, the lone player, over top the ball. A four-player wall sets up to defend the free kick. Bandura positions her wall as Dickinson poised to take the kick. Dickinson, right-footed ball. Oh, off the bar and somehow stayed out. Still there, Bandura makes a second tremendous save. Dickinson brings it down from her chest, tries the left-footed strike from distance. That's blocked, and Kitchener still breathe a lifeline after a very tense moment. Bandura getting a touch to it, the bar likely assisting her effort as well. Unbelievable that stayed out. Here goes Snell for Kaledan. If you're Kitchener, you see that and you gotta think, we still have hope here. We gotta find a way to turn this up the field and reward our keeper for that effort. 81st minute of action now. Banat Kitchener are not going down without a fight as Kaledan try to close this out. in the women's final of the 2025 MilkUP Ontario Cup. The outswinger from the corner, headed on by Dickinson, but off target, out for a goal kick. And now we'll get substitutions here for both teams. Leanne Tobin gets set to come back into the match. Sarah Quoto as well for Kaledan. Dickinson coming out. Interesting decision. No, it's not Dickinson. That would have been very surprising. They're just going to reposition her there. Coming in for Kitchener, it'll be Haley MacArthur returning to this match. Chiara Metla comes out of the game for Kitchener. Frustrating day for the midfielder who played a gutsy effort, but ultimately feeling like just didn't get the bounces they needed today. Appeals for a free kick, nothing doing as Sharma was taken to turf. Loose ball controlled through the midfield now by Kitchener. Osmansoy, she fights through a physical exchange, pushes the ball ahead for Kacham, who then tries to feed that one up. Decker, who is now pushed up from a center back position into an attacking role for BANAT Kitchener. Just a stride slower than the keeper, Emilian. Watson heading that on. Brought down by Osmansoy. She uses the left-footed volley to advance it ahead. Kachet unable to control. Played forward as making the run, but the flag will go up there on Courtney Betts, who gets whistled for the offside. Get a look at the replay. And Betts taken down, Betts called for the infraction there. Chance for us to remind you that soon another deserving team will engrave their name into Ontario Cup history, receive their medals, and hoist the beautiful Ontario Cup trophy created by Nothers the Awards Store. For more than 50 years, Nothers the Awards Store has been a leading supplier. Has a bit of a tense moment there, but easily scooped up. A leading supplier of awards and recognition products across Ontario, offering complete assistance from program concept planning all the way to product delivery. See how they can help your organization at nothers.com. All right, BANAT FC Kitchener know that they don't have much time left in this one, so they start to press forward as Osmansoy drawing to her right foot, looking to cross the ball towards the back post, but there's Dickinson with the defensive clearance. Controlled by Melo da Silva, pushed forward. That chip attempt by Sarzole broken up. Sanzole's ball initially blocked, but returned here with Osmansoy on it for Kitchener. Melo da Silva playing that one wide. Sanzole whips the cross in towards the area. Hallis with a half clearance. Danger still present. Battling for it. There's a shot attempt, but not enough pace behind it. The effort coming off the foot of Marshall-Z, and an easy save there for Emilienne. Sanzole charges up and takes possession now for Kitchener. Flick on attempt by Decker was dealt with defensively. And now Sharma takes possession for Kaledan. Working the far wing as it's drawn back in towards the middle. Sharma the intended target, broken up though, and now Decker takes possession. Decker tries to push ahead, forcing it. Neither teammate in the vicinity. And the Kaledan keeper, Emilienne, more than content to take her time before scooping it up here in the 85th minute. Emilienne's drop kick clearing the half by a good 10-15 yards. And now her team hold possession with Tobin battling, working against Ali Dadi Shamsabadi. Marshall-Z. Osmansoy. Osmansoy does well to track away from a couple of defenders, opens up space. She's got pace. Osmansoy feeding it ahead for Decker. Decker trying to get around Dickinson. Decker drawing to her right. Decker tries to cross back in front. It's off of Dickinson and out for a corner kick. Well, Decker tried to draw that back over for a pass. Get a look at the replay here. You have to wonder, maybe she should have had a go herself. She was moving away from target, may not have had the momentum. Can't fault her for trying to play that back in, and ultimately wins a corner kick now. As Sanzole sets up for the outswinger. Low cross. A little bit of debate here, but ultimately out for a goal kick. Sanzole with the low cross from the corner, and her teammate going in to make the play on the ball. Looks like that's Coach it a little bit slow to get up. Well, she's able to shake it off and continue on. We're going to have a substitution here for Kaledan as Jennifer Smith comes into this match. And Ishani Sharma comes out. Sharma having a strong performance today for Kaledan. It looks like Kitchener are going to bring Chiara Metla back into the game momentarily. Kaledan take possession. Betts on the ball, trying to feed it forward. That's broken up by Melo da Silva. A lot of pressure on the back of the Kaledan, or on the back of the Kitchener ball carrier there, and Kohut, and she draws the free kick. In the 88th minute, they've got to hustle here. Kitchener pushing just about everyone except the keeper and the kick taker in front of the ball towards the penalty area here. As Sanzole plays the right-footed ball in. Headed away. Betts trying to take control. She gets tripped up by Sanzole. And Sanzole is going to receive a stern warning and just a free kick. If I recall, she's already on a caution, so nice job there to maintain control without having to dish out more of a difficult climb in the attempted comeback from Kitchener with a potential red. Play continuing on. There's a shot attempt. That's dipping over and just over the bar. As letting it fly was Christy Walton. She's had a very strong match today for Kaledan. Charametla back into the match now for Kitchener as MacArthur comes out. And it looks like Kaledan want to make a substitution, but they're going to have to wait with Riza preparing to check back into the match. Walton heads that one on. Loose ball through the midfield, tracked down by Kaledan. Good push ahead there, but Smith has it get away from her. The keeper Bandura off her line, but couldn't corral it cleanly, and for a moment, some pressure from Kaledan looked like it may have paid off, but Cuoto goes shoulder to shoulder and sends Kohut for a tumble there. I mean, it was shoulder to shoulder, but she really put that mustard into it there, sending Kohut for a tumble. As Cuoto getting a little redemption after that soft back pass that led to the lone Kitchener goal in this game. Here goes Walton ahead for Kaledan, playing the ball through the midfield now, trying to push it over his Betts. She's closed down, and the danger cleared for the time being as Kohut takes it for Kitchener. Melo da Silva. They're trying to push ahead. Sanzole looking for something. Pushing up for Ambrose. Ambrose shielded there by Dickinson, and Ambrose collapsing in exhaustion. I think just her muscles giving out on her there. And you have to hope that she's able to muster up a little more here to see this through to the final whistle. Any hopes of a Kitchener comeback, you would have to think involve an effort from Ambrose, and this would be a tough way for her night to end. You have to hope that she's okay and will be able to find a little more left in the tank to see this through. A gutsy effort today from Ambrose. She's got the lone goal in this match for Kitchener, but there you see that's more than likely the end of her day. She's assisted off to the far sideline by a couple of teammates, unable to walk under her own power. Just her muscles giving out on her, and Kitchener are going to be forced to make the substitution. So Haley MacArthur back into the match now. And Kaledan will get the change too as Adri Riza comes into the game. Well, are they going to allow the substitution? Yes, they will. So Riza back in, and it's Eden Young substituted out. Didn't catch the minimum number of minutes we'll have added here to close it out, and great job by our camera op, Fran, who says 3 minutes, so we're into that, and with some of the added delays. Not much time remaining now for Kitchener. BANAT Kitchener trying to move the ball through the midfield, but the intended target in Alidadi Shamsabadi couldn't come away with it. Here goes Betts charging up the pitch now for Kaledan, trying to take on the last defender. Betts driving wide, left-footed attempt, that's out for a goal kick. Well, Betts did well to push that up and take more time off the clock. And now Bandura quickly gets it back into play. Lazaro makes its way over to Snell through Cuoto. Snell up the touchline for Walton. Walton has time, she has space, takes it towards the corner. Content to take this down to the final whistle here with possession in the corner. Walton toying with the defenders as they desperately try wrestle it off of her. Walton just holding possession in the corner and does well to win a throw-in for Kaledan. Snell tosses it in. Loose ball. Knocked out of play, and it'll go for a Kitchener throw. And you have to think there won't be too much more added on at this point. Kitchener have got to show a real sense of urgency, and they've got to start pushing up the pitch right now. Sanzole plays the ball forward. Decker, she volleys that one on over her head, but met by the defensive challenge. And then a foul committed on the back of Walton as Alidadi Samsabadi going in hard. Maybe a little bit overly aggressive. Wouldn't quite say reckless, but certainly stronger than called for in that moment. And you have to hope that Walton's okay. Get a look at the replay of the collision here. And there you can see the contact from Alidadi Samsabadi committing the foul there on Walton. Walton's had such a great game today for Kaledan, but they're going to switch her out here out of precaution, and it'll be Haley Walsh coming in to finish this one up. Cuoto gets set to restart with the free kick. Cuoto plays the ball forward, headed down by Cahoot. Kaledan trying to hold possession here. Both teams battling. Sanzola can't come away with it. Possessed by Smith. Puts it right on. Easy save there for Bandura. And now Kitchener have really got to press. There cannot be more than a minute or two left now. Battling for possession. And not even as the final whistle sounds. And Kaledan United FC come back despite conceding early in this one. They persist, they battle, and they earn a 2-1 victory and a right to represent Ontario at the National Championships in October. Congratulations to the ladies in red as Caledon United FC take this by a final score of 2-1. Before we sign off for the night, we're going to get our final match stats. As there you get a look at the final stats in this one, and you can see Caledon just continuing to battle. They fought their way back, out shooting BANAT 6-3 with attempts on target. Just 2 yellow cards in the match, 13 fouls in total between the two teams. But a cagey, well-fought match between these two squads results in a 2-1 victory for Caledon United FC. We'll get our final match highlights as well before we say our goodbyes from night number 1 of the 2025 MilkUP Ontario Cup. And here, let's have a look back where early in the match it was an early advantage to Kitchener on the Ambrose goal that came from the poor back pass, but then Caledon would find an equalizer before the half as the low cross from Snell was finished in tight. And that drew to a 1-1 scoreline. The half would come, and in the second half it wouldn't take that long where Dickinson's free kick early in the second half met by a defensive header and an own goal. As it may have been Cahoot there defensively. Mason with a great chance here for Caledon. She had a nice match as well. Bandura, she was the busier of the keepers tonight for sure, having to make a number of saves. There's a good one where she came off her line to pick off the cross. How about the free kick from Dickinson? Denied by both Bandura and the woodwork. The subsequent chance, Bandura scrambling out to make the save. Get another look at that free kick from Dickinson. Has some courageous keeping on both chances. As Caledon just continued to press Walton. One of her better opportunities in the match. That one just dipped over top the bar. A little bit of frustration from Walton, but she had a great match. And in the end, Caledon celebrate with their fans as they book their names into Ontario Cup history and glory with the 2-1 win. Well, thank you again to our proud partners for today's event. Special recognition goes to our premier partners from Dairy Farmers of Ontario, who are presenting the MilkUP Ontario Cup. Dairy Farmers of Ontario proudly support youth soccer while driving awareness of the benefits of milk in a healthy and active lifestyle to help young athletes realize their untapped potential. We also extend our gratitude to broadcast partners Hub International Insurance Brokers, our premier partners Toronto FC, DFO, CPL, BMO, and Circle K. Our official apparel partners O'Neill Sportswear, as well as Respect in Sport, Power Up Sports, and Nothers, the award store. The final match stats read Caledon United FC 2, BANAT Kitchener 1. Folks, from our tremendous broadcast crew, my name's Nico. Thanks for tuning in. We're back at it with 3 matches tomorrow as you've been watching the 2025 MilkUP Ontario Cup.
Looking for your next car or need expert service? Number 7 Auto Mall has you covered. With hundreds of vehicles ready to drive, you can choose from top brands like Honda, Infiniti, Volkswagen, Toyota, Mazda, and Nissan. Whether it's finding your dream car or getting the best service, our team is here to make it happen at prices that fit your budget. Don't settle for less. Experience the difference at number 7 Auto Mall today.